Robey is on location in Taipei, Taiwan with Professor LeeZen Chien. So how do you know this location?
This is the National Theatre in Taipei, and actually I worked here back in 1992 to 93. So actually this is my first job when I finished my master's degree from the US when I returned to Taiwan. So this is my first job and the National Theatre and Council Hall. So if you ask me to pick a location, it's got to be here.
We're going to take a little look back first of all and find out about how you first got interested in lighting and what led to you taking that as a career.
I've been in the theatre business for more than 30-some years. And looking back, I think the very beginning of my interest in theatre would be back in 1983. I was still a college student. And in my junior year, I was selected to be the stage manager of a Youth Goodwill Mission group. Each year, the government picked the university students, became forming them into groups, and then we send them out, tour to US or different places to visit different cities. Lucky enough, I was selected in a group that visit South Africa, Swaziland, Malawi, and Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore. Back in 1983 as a young student, and the tour really opened up my vision. Different cultures, different young peoples, and then I started to get interested in the backstage work and the show business, entertaining business. So after I got back, I worked for a rental company until I served in the military. And I was assigned to an entertainment troupe in charge of the lighting. So we get to tour all the military units around the island to entertain all the soldiers. And I did that for a year. And only 1 year, we did variety shows, more than 300 shows.
You mentioned that you studied
yes.
In the US as well.
Mm-hmm.
When did that happen?
1988 through 91. I started my a graduate master program in Virginia, US, Virginia Tech. I went to Virginia Tech Theater Arts Department, and I got my master's degree in lighting design. At the end of my study in the US, I get a chance to do my intern in Boston with a production that was directed by Robert Wilson, in which production I learned how can you work with such a 1 week long to take a show, to get all the details, and to compose the look that he wanted.
And then you came back to Taiwan to continue your career here.
I have a job offer as the technical director here, stage manager, and also teaching part-time at 2 universities.
So you've lit many different genres of theatre and performance. Is there any particular field that you prefer, or do you enjoy the mix of all of them?
I really enjoy the mix because you get to work with different directors, different show directors, or say the visionary and or the theater makers. They have an idea, and then you help them to establish the show. And I think the process, the collaboration process, is really fun.
How and when did the teaching elements of your career start?
Back in 1993, because as I said before, I used to work at a theater here. And because they have a rule that once you are the employee of the theater, you cannot design any shows in the theater. So, as I just finished my degree, master's degree in lighting design, I got to find places or productions that I want to do my design. It's really hard not doing anything for a year and a half. So I decided once the school offered me a full-time teaching job, I say, okay, if I go to school, I have the space, the time to do some design on my own time.
You're now professor at the Taipei National University of the Arts, and you direct the lighting program there, and you teach stage lighting design. Can you just tell me a little bit about the courses and the facilities that you have there?
The department is called the Theater Design and Technology, Theatrical Design and Technology Department. So it's a 4-year program for the undergrad and a 3-year program for the grad school, master degree. And for the undergrad, we offer a BFA degree. Then we train all the students from high school without any knowledge about the theater. We explore them to all the aspects of theater, like set design, costume, lighting design, and technical direction. After 2 years of basic training, they can pick a major. So in their last 2 years, they can design 1, 2, 3 in a progress program. So you learn from the basic to advanced design courses. And then eventually they can do a thesis production, realize their idea of their concept.
How much theory is involved in how you teach, and how much of it is based on practical application?
I would say in my teaching, in terms of lighting, 20% of theory and 80% of the practical experience, or say we work in the lab, or say work in the real stage, and then the discussion between the piece, or say the section of the lighting effects, and then that will really help them to grow and get an idea and knowledge about how to make the composition work.
What would you say are the most rewarding elements of teaching?
I think when they are graduating, I would say, okay, I only teach you the basic, only the process, how to finish your work, step by step. But once you get out on your own, you gotta face all kinds of problems. Then you have to solve it yourself. So I would love to hear when they come back to me and say, okay, sir, I've done this and I've done that, and I have the effects that you told me before, and then blah blah blah. And then I think if I can see they are developing their own career on the road, and then successfully, and that is the biggest reward to me. Yeah.
Do you have a memorable moment in terms of a show that you've created or you've lit?
Oh, of course. There's a show. It's called A Dream Like a Dream. It's an 8 hours epic long play. It was directed by Stan Lai, a director, very established, famous director in Asia, and it was in year 2000. And the show, the play, contained with 96 scenes. And so back then I used 300 some units, composed 500 some cues, and we take the 8 hour show in a week. We did the show in Hong Kong with a Cantonese version. And then 2005 we did it at the National Theatre in Taipei with professional actors and the students combination. And then in 2013, we did it in Beijing with all professional actors and actresses. And then 2019, we did another Cantonese version in Hong Kong. In Kowloon, they have a new theater space open, so they invited the director and me. we went, and then did a new version.
What do you most love about your work?
My work mainly teaching, my main job, and then also teach students how to do design. And I also do design on my own. So I think the combination, I love it because I have the freedom. I have the summer, I have the winter break, so I get to travel. I get to do new shows to different places. So I love the capacity and the flexible of my my job and the whole year scheduling.
And why do we need light in our lives?
I would say the light gives us hope. Just like the sun rises up every day, that you feel as a human being that you feel alive. your existence. And I think that's most important. Not because I'm doing lighting for such a long time that to live up everything, but I think give us hope, keep us alive.
Sure.
I think, yeah.